Securing Alpha. Zone Alpha captured. We're losing Charlie. Losing A. They're taking C. We're losing Charlie. Taking B. Securing C. They've taken
one shot.
Zone C secure. We've claimed the advantage, now hold it. We're losing Alpha. Enemy napalm strike incoming. Losing A. We've lost Alpha. Securing Zone A. We're losing Charlie. Locking down Bravo. We're falling behind Crimson.
Your assault pack has been destroyed.
Bro, what the fuck? How did I just miss him? How come I not fucking stab that bitch?
Hostile counter UAV established above. Alpha secure. Taking Bravo underway. They're taking C. They're taking all zones. Losing Bravo. We're losing Charlie. We're losing all zones. Losing B. We lost B. Locking down Bravo. We're losing Charlie. Taking Bravo underway. They're taking C. Securing B. B locked down. Losing Bravo. Bravo lost. Taking B. We're losing Charlie. Locking down Bravo. They're taking C. Taking Bravo underway. B secured. We're losing Charlie.
But I would not want to play against Poppy and Alistair on the side of B2 League. Mars is also another potential problem that they're going to be facing here. Mars
They're taking C.
is very good at
Enemy losing B.
I think something like Zaya is not really necessary in this draft. I think you want to go long range. A ton of consistent damage there. Also,
Enemy CUAV inbound. We lost B. We're losing Charlie. Taking Alpha. Securing B. Taking Bravo underway.
Good.
Bravo zone secure. They're taking C. We're losing Charlie. Losing Bravo. Taking A. Losing B. They're taking C. Bravo lost. Taking B. Locking down Bravo. We're losing Charlie. Bravo is ours. They're taking C. Losing Bravo. Losing B.
Fucking slapstick you and weapons.
Losing Bravo. Taking Alpha.
Ah, damn, bitch.
Losing B. We're losing Charlie.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Lost C.
What the fuck?
Locking down Charlie. Losing Bravo. Zone Charlie locked down. Securing Alpha. We lost B. You're supposed to be the CIA. Catch light. Taking B. They're taking C. Securing Zone A. Locking down Bravo. B locked down.
Victory.
Report to the nearest extraction point. I have to make a call.
Good job. Holy Jim and the freaking shit. Which women are fucking went so good. I'm a damn son cake.
Domination. Green light. Go, go, go.
Yo, all you guys live level 1000, bro.
Bravo zone secure.
Bro, bunch of level 1000. What the fuck? All you guys, yo. You guys live 1000.
Secure at Charlie.
Give me a counter UAV in the air.
Hello?
Eyes on Semtex.
Or did you guys live 1000?
We've taken control. Requesting recon above.
Pulling in score streak.
Pulling in score streak. in Zone A. Losing B. Location secure. Maintain current posture. They're taking C.
Sending concussion.
Moving with grenade
War
launcher.
machine.
We're losing Charlie.
Tack on. Launch a counter
Operator
UAV.
establishing.
Come get some ammo.
We lost Charlie.
Enjoy.
Plant requesting hot ops flight.
Losing A.
Score streak.
Locking down Charlie. Losing Bravo. Losing B. We're losing Alpha.
Beginning
Taking
capture.
C. Losing A. All locations locked down. Dig in and hold them. We're losing Alpha. We lost Alpha.
Throwing frag.
Aguinaldo calling in a CUAV. Aguinaldo calling in a half.
See one.
That's off. I need eyes overhead. Add they're authorizing strategic
Heads
bomber
down.
above.
Sniper.
Get a UAV on grid.
Hold fire. I'm on your side.
Firing war machine.
Taking A. Taking Alpha. They're taking C.
Tack on. Get a hop in the air.
Operator establishing score streak.
Requesting recon above.
Using war machine.
Establish strategic bomber in the overhead.
Boy, enemy grenade.
Calling in score streak.
As they're requesting harp tasking. securing Zone A. We're losing Charlie. Take it out. All objectives locked down. Hold those SOBs back. Losing Bravo. They're taking C.
TAQADDUM, launch counter UAV.
Losing A.
You must remember your own strength.
TAQADDUM, get a UAV in the air. We're losing Charlie.
One of your assault bags has been destroyed.
Capture underway.
They're taking C.
Give me a counter UAV in the air. Get a harp overhead.
We're losing Alpha. Losing B. Losing A.
TAQADDUM, send in a dreadnought.
Losing Bravo.
I think we're done here, Wood. Hell of a job, crew. Someone pull us out so we can celebrate.
Definitely reporting the whole, all of y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, bro, y'all
All
fucking hacked, bro.
All of y'all getting reported. I don't care. Don't care.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this shit is not even fair, bro. I just...
Everything in this early game and game number 1. And in the last couple of best of fives that we had in big series in the summer final last year and in LCK Cup, I'm like, important. So, with this massive lead, you could see that maybe happening. Just the recall, but it feels like he's not able to get anything going in this one. The lead opening up more and more, feature strength secured, as you said, and HLE just feels like with one arm, they're effortlessly blocking everything that Genji throws at them. And I just don't know what the path back into this game is, outside of the side lane issue from Hano Life. We've seen that a few times from Zeus, overextending, as we might be seeing right now. Speak of the devil. We have Zero on the game here, and they know that he's in the bush. Zeus about to figure this out, and he just flashes over the wall. But that is a Nautilus with his own flash. Does not have depth charge, though. Gonna ult the wave, and it's just a 1v2 here. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they absolutely do. So Keen looking to extend his lead with some help from Duro. A nice play there as Genji are trying to claw their way back in this game. I mean, obviously it's a mistake from Zeus, but in the end, is it really going to mean anything for Genji? Not particularly. Like, it's nice to have that gold on Keen, but it's not drastically going to change the state of things. And if they keep finding more and more windows like that, it'll open the game up. But we'll see if they can capitalize on the fact that Zeus has lost his flash, though. As you said, this is a mistake sometimes seen them make before. Now without that flash, will be a more vulnerable target. I think one thing to mention, though, is with the fact that they have things like the Gwen, like Talia, the main way where I can see them really getting back in this game is when they're approaching team fights, they can find a big flank angle. You want your Gwen to be strong to do that. They did get that kill on the Gwen, they did get that tower taken down as well. The more gold that is funneled onto Keen, the easier it's going to be. Yeah, I think this is a big flop, you know, in terms of the vision setup we had down there, where Genji had it fully covered. It was an easy path from Duro, who's been trying so hard to get on top of Zeus and make something happen, to play through the one winning lane. As hold that thought, Ruler gonna cleanse. Yeah, little Ruler spot, but he's pretty far back another spot, so he will be okay, but there is the cleanse, as you mentioned. Zeka just farming top lane, and they're looking for the Rift Heralds here. Have a life again in total control of but Ruler's basically not a champion right now. Are they still going to fight for this? No. Well, the answer is absolutely not, because, well, they just lost 2 people to the Poppy ult, and yeah, that's why we love to see Poppy in these games.
I mentioned earlier, like, you know, the ease of execution of this comp, even in an even game state where you don't have full control, you might be able to knock 2 people away or that, or force a reaction, force a flash, or a reposition from ahead. Good luck getting anywhere close. It's so frustrating playing against a composition like this when you're behind. Because the thing is, you're never going to have a vision advantage. You're always going to be walking into an area where the enemy team is set up, and you're walking into fog of war. It feels bad when you're walking into an engage when you don't have vision. It's even worse when it's a Poppy ult that just knocks half your team away. And this is going to be how Gen G have to play the game. They really need to find windows where they can get flanks or get set up, or find like pockets of vision.
I mean, their vision this game has been really impressive, considering the game state and how little control they've had. They've had so many different pockets they found. You know, we saw the Duro room topside. It was read well by Delight when it wasn't on vision. They had vision to get that gank on the Zeus moments before down the bottom lane. You can see how much vision they have top to bottom across the map. They need to find a way to utilize it. Chovy is going to TP back to mid here. We're going to have this big fight over the first mountain.
Poppy ult is down for this fight, so they feel confident to push in.
Yeah, Gen G going to be looking for it, but again, TP, let's see how this one is going to go, as that is a big flick on Azeka, who also just throws his ult out somewhat reflexively, and now on HLE, they're going to look for Duro actually on the left side here, might be able to get him. The Rumble ult does come down, and he's just trying to zone, but meanwhile, the light goes in, and they're doing this all without Zeka, who is now going to TP, and this fight is going to go to Peanuts, who does pick up that first Mountain Trade for the side of HLE, as now Zeka's here, and Gen G are between a rock and a hard place. Zeka is going to get knocked up. They're trying to go in onto this one and get a trade in Canyon with the help of Ruler, and now Gen G are turning this fight around. They lost the trade, but at least they get a bunch of kills on the backside.
Clutch fights like this are the only way Gen G get back into the game. Canyon playing at such a tiny margin there with his health as he goes back in to flick at max range from Chovy to help end that fight after what was a bit of a whoopsie there from Zeka with the ultimate. If he had that, I think the fight could have looked completely different as he rejoined. Like you said, kind of reflexively using it here at the beginning of this fight as they engage on him. I mean, Chovy just did so much in this fight, gets this almost pick on a Zeka at the start that forces him away just to go for the TP for help. Duro ends up getting caught out by here by Pina, and essentially says, okay, I'm dead, I'm going to sacrifice myself by time. Pina comes in and then is able to pick up the dragon here as well. Ruler ends up ulting, and it's unfortunate for Gen G because if he had this ult later, I think it would have had a lot of impact, but Zeus forces him to cancel. But here again, Chovy catches Zeka once more, so they're able to take him down. This disparity, Chovy doing so much on his Talia to catch out Zeka twice. Yeah, so much to get Gen G in this game.
It's just the Chovy show again. This is why we were hyping it up so much, but Chovy is in the form of his life right now, and it cannot be understated. I would imagine that a lot of people were predicting Gen G. Yes, sure, they went 18-0, but
as long as Chovy has, and to keep breaking the barriers, keep breaking the ceiling over and over and over again, just when you think he's peaked, he shows you that he hasn't. It is just so incredibly impressive, carrying his team now to only a 300 gold deficit after what was such a fantastic start for Envoy. They're still in the lead, they still have a lot of control, but Gen G feels a lot more playable now. Yeah, I mean, I said that this game would be huge for HLE to win based on, you know, Gen G having the blue side and the things they had in the draft. But after HLE's early lead, it would be such a tilter if they lost this game. So Gen G corner back, absolutely massive. We do see the Herald come down mid, but Gen G dead to defend. The whole tower doesn't go down, although it is low.
yeah. You remember the gold lead that Viper had earlier on? It was over 1,000. It was like 1,200. Now it's 100. And that's because Ruler got 2 kills in that last fight. So Ruler, yeah, he kind of botched it early, but he got a bunch of kills. He's the 80 carry still. And now there's Jin that used the champion, whereas before it was not at all. You remember the Rift Herald fight where he was like, I guess I'll just throw in a W and see what happens, and he didn't even have a first item. Now he's looking at almost 2. Chovy's looking at his second item as well.
That's the second coming in.
Gen G are right back in this game with just 1 fight. It's kind of insane how they did it. But HLE, you know, they're still a little bit ahead. They got that Mountain Drake as well, so that's going to be some extra resistances. The Mountain Soul going to be huge in this game.
I think the big thing with that last fight was it wasn't as controlled. They didn't have the Poppy ultimate up. I think the ideal fight for HLE is their fight. You set up the objective, they come in, you ult someone away, they go, oh, well, I guess we can't fight, and you just take the objective. So I think HLE, if the game slows down and they can set up for that, that's the ideal. And you can tell they were a little bit rushed in how that fight ended up panning out. So
Massive turns, but Pina is going to look for a gank here. Chovy way up in the lane. Chovy thought he was safe. Let's see if he can wall away on time. Looks like the answer's no, as Peanut's on top of him, but Zeus is very far away. Chovy just going to flash out of this one, as now he goes for the wall, but that's a Poppy. You can't get away from the Poppy by using your wall. And Peanut sits him down. Meanwhile, though, Tenji are going to go for this Otacon. They say, well, you committed heavily to the top side of the map. So who wins this fight?
yes, Viper, look at Viper. They're getting shredded. If he lands a piercing arrow, it would do so much damage.
Well, let's see what happens on this fight. A lot of damage already coming out here from Zeka, as the smite will be 100% to the side of Genji. And now the TP just dies immediately. And they turn on a Delight as well. A big sweep here from Viper. It's alone. The damage doesn't go through. And it's only Viper that can get this one done. And it looks like Duro will have to be sacrificed once again. But already the Otacon was picked up by Genji. And they got a couple of kills on the backside of that one, so not half bad.
I think Genji are happy with that one. It's a 3 for 2 in favor of HLE, but you get the Otacon. I think you take that in the end. Chovy, you know, I think I chased him a little bit too much. This is a little bit messy.
He had a ward in the river, but, you know, the pathing of Pina is just outside of it. We saw that the pet could have been seen, right? There's a client that shows up, but that's not going to show up on your mini-map. You're not going to see that. He doesn't know. Ends up getting caught, false sense of security. This fight's a little bit wild, right? Like, Viper looks for the snipe here instead of actually trying to look for big damage, but he kind of gets lows, right? Zeus doesn't have ult. Instead of TPing to a safer ward, just instantly dies, and without Zeka's play here, you know, it ends up being a wash, but Viper is so fed, and then Peanut here over the wall, pulling Duro back in to give him a second kill, ends up kind of saving him, like you said. Small lead for Genji. Now, advantage Dragon. Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens on this one. We got the Rumble ultimate this time, but it's just going to go the way of Genji. HLE not in position to fight on that one. They were not set up, as you were saying they had to be off.
I think on that Otacon fight, I think if HLE had played it more about the fight, I think they definitely could have taken a lot more members of Genji down. But Genji get the Otacon, they get the Dragon, only the 1,000 favor of right now, you know, looking for 2 objective steals, but definitely going to turn on the heat in these next few team fights because of the range advantage. But it's now been several major moments where Hanwha Life were looking for control on the opposite side of the map to where the objective was. Genji get the setup, and Hanwha Life's comp isn't working as well without the setup as you said, Og. So let's see what happens when we move into this next Dragon fight. I don't think we're going to be seeing a 25-minute Baron startup unless something crazy happens beforehand. But I think Hanwha Life really need to focus up in terms of getting those setups ready because their comp is so incredibly powerful there. They can play around side lanes, they can look for picks, but when that Dragon is spawning, when Otacon's up on the other side of the map, you really have to think about the push and pull of the Rift here. And Genji are just getting the better of them in these last few exchanges.
I'm a little bit worried for Hanwha Life, just for the fact that it seems to be only their bottom lane that's really on the ball today. I think that Zeka's been a bit rough so far in this series. The game, there's only been one game. Zeus as well, the TP a little bit iffy. He's 1 and 3, not really putting up the numbers. And
I think Peanut's been pretty good.
Peanut's been pretty good. He did go all the way to the top side to gank while Otacon was up, and Genji immediately responded. So I don't know if you would call that a macro mistake. You know, Hanwha Life were at least able to fight afterwards. But
call that a macro decision?
I don't. Yeah, it was a decision of sorts. I do think that Hanwha Life need more than just Viper and Delight if they're going to beat Genji in this best of 5.
And it's been the leads we saw early, but then Hanwha Life all year for taking kind of play with their food a little bit. This is Genji. You can't do that against this team or you will lose your lead. As Peanut's going aggressive, Rel showing up here too. Keen in some trouble. TP.
Yeah, TP's coming in. I think with the 3 of them, they should be able to get this one down. The Gwen can shred a bit more through the Poppy compared to other champs, but eventually you're not going to win a 1v3, and that will be Keen going down. Doesn't even use his exhaust. He knew he was dead.
It's just crazy how just Peanut can just run at you. Like, as a Gwen, you kind of expect that, like, you know, it's a Poppy. What's a Poppy going to do? That, apparently. Like, slams him in the wall. And, you know, even before as the year tuned up, it was kind of looking pretty bad for Keen. End up picking up the kill.
resource in terms of summoner spells, but we'll take that extra bit of gold. Nothing really that Genji can do in return at that time.
Yeah, and you know, it's a big win. Chovy pushes it into the top inner turret, but it's not able to get anything. Zeus is able to show up there. It's the inner pretty quickly, doesn't even need a TP for the defense, and now is actually just farming safely. 2 minutes, though, until that dragon. Look at the vision, the bottom side of your mini-map if you're watching at home, where that control is for Hanwha. They need to maintain it for 2 minutes, get that set up, have the Poppy ultimate this time. Zeus has TP and ult as well. He's sitting pretty, picks up another item here, grabs the Oblivion Orb, I believe he just finished there, and is looking for this big team fight. This is where Hanwha Life regain control over the game. They force this fight. Now, there are angles where you could trade objectives here, but there's vision otherwise all around the Baron pit. We're going to play through that, read it. And unfortunately for Zek, he's on the wrong side of the map to not have a teleport here, is answering the Gwen who does. And I think they need to swap this back before this dragon, or look for a pick. Ball's going to come down, and that's, I mean, there's no wave here, guys, so... again, another decision.
Yeah.
This time from Genji. And, you know, I like how they're playing a lot around getting position in mid and around the dragon, because that's going to be the next objective that we probably fight over, unless there is a big team fight that leads into Baron. So I like it, but it was very eager. You know, it was a little bit too early.
I think they saw the timing, and it's just hard to have a wave against Virus. You know, we could just kind of snipe it from a mile away. So this gave a lot of time, though, for Hanwha Life to reset and go down to the bottom side, because they put Zek top to defend against a potential Baron. They expected Genji might look to threaten. Then they went for the mid play instead, so now Hanwha Life regained control. And this is the fight we were looking for. They have control. Peanut has full vision set up here as well. And Genji going to have to find their way in here somehow, some way.
Yeah, you see Duro wants to get position, but it's so difficult into this Poppy. Peanut's presence in this game has certainly been felt, and it's Hanwha Life setting up on the objective first. This is what we want to see for their sake.
It's so difficult because no one wants to walk around and be in front of a wall and get slammed into it by Poppy, and also no one really wants to be face checking and get knocked away by the ult, so it's very difficult to step forwards against HLE. There's also the chains of corruption.
10 seconds on Jovi's ult, 5 now. I mean, he may be able to warp this fight to his favor.
Oh, they're going for Baron.
This is a really greedy call. Peanut on the bottom side there, they're going to rush over. I just don't think they can actually really commit. Clear the vision quickly, though. Now Hanwha Life don't have that setup we were heralding them for on the Dragon.
Well, they're going to force Peanut to come over.
They'll be on the flank.
Genji will be the ones that are in position on an objective.
Wait, they have the
wall. Like this, the wall does come down, and the damage, it's not quite there at the same time, and now Duro's going to get caught in the front. Genji kind of scrambling here, taking a bunch of damage. Now Delight going in, looking for the engagement. He gets blown up. Meanwhile, Canyon now, Zeus flashes over the wall. He's going to trade 1-for-1, but Duro is down as he does get taken out here. The chase here on Keen. Looks like he is just going to TP away, though. So Hanwha Life Esports, they do win the fight. It's a 2-for-2, but you can see the health bar is a bit healthier here for Hanwha. And they also get that TP out of Keen.
I mean, it's a Jin comp. You know, you just don't really have great damage. Chovy may be caught.
He does have his flash, and he's actually just able to walk it off. But a bit of damage is done, and maybe HLE can set something up on the Dragon.
Yeah, they still have their jungler, but it's still a little bit scary. Ruler backed, and Keen did as well. They're full HP. Ruler picked up an Infinity Edge, but I think having jungler means you're going to be able to secure that Dragon.
Yeah, and there's a ward on the Baron pick here for Hanwha, and there's just not that much damage, like I said, with this Jin comp. Like, if Ruler is playing another 80 carry in this position, maybe you could actually try to burn with this wall, but instead they only get it to half health, and then the re-engage, or the setup here for Hanwha Life with the equalizer here first into Delight's engage. Re gets engaged on first, but still gets the Magnus Storm in, buys some space. Zeus goes, a big team on this one that secures the kill. But it's just such a broken up fight for Genji because they're coming off of Baron, they're trying to retreat into a choke point. And honestly, we might have even seen a better equalizer there in the choke if he had waited. But it's a big win for Hanwha, right? They end up picking up the gold lead again here, but stopping that Baron, grabbing the Dragon. Soul point here for Mountain Soul now in their hands with this Poppy composition with Aurel. So difficult for Genji to get those in as well.
Yeah, they do have a Gwen and the Talia as well, but in terms of AD, right, it's going to be very difficult to chew through, and if you just build a lot of MR on top of it, it can be very difficult for HLE's comp to take any damage against what Genji do have. But we'll have to wait and see where this game does go. It's very close for a game that's 30 minutes in. Yet
straight lead and a slight gold lead here for Hamalek Esports, but we already saw Gen G come back earlier on in the game. And as long as HLE don't get the actual soul, I think there is still an angle for Gen G. I think when the soul is taken, maybe they don't quite have the same angle.
I get the sense that there's been a lot more proactive play out of Gen G, right? And they had to be the ones to do that, right? Because they were behind. We saw the clutch fight on Dragon. We saw how Hololive has struggled to actually take fights defensively and look for turns with objective control. But Gen G are just finding these pockets. They're finding these angles. And that's what gives me the feeling like this game isn't over yet. You know, it's a close game. Like you said, the small advantages. But Hollow has such a great comp. The scale is so incredible. Has great side lane pressure. If they can get some vision, get some grouped up, shadow from Peanut, for example, on the Zeka in the bottom lane. But it's Gen G is finding these angles and keeping it close. Makes you feel like this is still anyone's game to take.
Absolutely, especially with how different like the win cons are when it comes to the team fights. I feel like
Ruler? Yeah, Clancy's fine. Just kind of taking a walk through the mid lane. Not sure about that.
Yeah, he's been playing really aggressively in the mid lane when he's going for Pyro. Like Viper will just piercing arrow him. He'll be like, I can take it. Does end up getting the cleanse there. I feel like the Chains of Corruption is generally what you're cleansing when it comes to this HLE composition, so it's not that bad, but it doesn't feel good.
He almost has it back.
Yeah,
it's like halfway through.
But to be fair, like how often in the middle of a fight are you getting Chains of Corruption by Barrett? It's not going to happen that often.
Arguably the other issue you're going to have to deal with maybe a realm crash down or something like that, but there's a lot of different ways that you should be able to position against that.
If you get rattled, you're probably dead anyway. Yeah. It is what it is.
Ultimately, it's a big win for Amalite, but if anyone else had been there, it could have been worse for Ruler, so that's, I think, the bigger concern rather than what really happened here.
Well, looking for Peanut, I suppose, and they might just be able to get him. He's caught out as the angle from Toby locks him in, and they get another kill here for the Gwen. Gen G now with the man advantage and no jungler. They should be looking to start this Baron.
Yeah, now Rosales does have Equalizer here, and Empress divides up for Zeka. It's a Jin comp, but there's a Gwen on this Baron. The Baron's close.
Oh, the Baron's poke is so deadly around this Baron though, but I think it hits that first Q.
It's 5v4. Duro does get pretty low. The Equalizer only going to hit Jovi, and they're keeping this Baron leased. I think Gen G are in a good spot here. Zeka and Viper trying their best to do the damage, but now even Zeus is taking a ton as now the engage does come in from Delight, but he goes down immediately, and Canyon's not even looking at the flame. He just wants the objective, as he will get it. And now Ruler alongside of Jovi, so many low health bars, and in goes Canyon. They will look to clean up the fight. Viper is all alone by himself in a 1v3, flashes forward to try to score the win, but he will not be able to, and it's a triple kill to Jovi.
So close to Viper cleaning up on the fight, but Jovi stays strong, Canyon stays strong. Baron goes over to Gen G. The fight is cleaned up, but it was a precarious one. Jovi finding a beautiful angle, wasn't looking for Viper, but Delight and Peanut caught out here. Peanut, unfortunately, not able to get away on this one, and then the call to go for Baron, you see they start to get really patient. The Baron gets slow, but they clearly want more than just the Baron out of this, looking for the fight. Ruler starts setting up with the ultimate over here, and they start to look to see if they can find some picks in the back end. You can see Keen moves up the Baron pretty early. They could have just secured it, but they're looking for this angle towards this. And they end up finding a route here onto Zeka. Keen tries to take him out. Toby moves over with Ruler, and they manage to finish off with the flash from Canyon.
Viper playing this so well in the final moments, though. Does, of course, have his edge of night here, so can buy a little bit of space. Looks for the play onto Jovi at the last possible second.
to secure on Dragon. So 3 Dragons apiece now here. 14 kills apiece. But Gen G, the game, the scoreboard looks similar. When you look at the gold, when you look at the map control, it was a easiest game to lose.
Oh boy, Delight is going to get caught out here. And this has been happening all game. Not to Delight specifically, but to many different players just getting kicked off, essentially, for no reason.
I mean, he's trying to get some sort of vision, but why in this specific place right now with no objectives up is the question.
You know, considering how rough the game started for Rule and Duro, they really bounced back. That previous play, they were the ones who set up the kill onto Peanut. They set up that play there onto Delight, really bouncing back from a very rough early laning phase.
Toby looking for a cutoff here. No vision on him right now. As the wave comes in, they will see him.
Trying to go for something, but look at the damage. Oh, Peanut, and he snipes him from miles away. And Peanut can't even get out of there with his life intact. We talked about the Poppy and the Mountain Soul and everything, but he just looks like a, I don't know, just a wet piece of paper at this moment in time. He's getting shredded so easily.
That's not what you want to see, and they didn't even have to use Chovy's Weaver's Wall. They didn't even have to look for a really aggressive setup here. It's just kind of a freebie. Baron's gone now, though. See if there's an angle here Delight could find. I don't know, there's just no follow-up. As you can see, Genji can kind of see everything except Delight, but they know where he is.
Wall's going to come down. They just want to secure this inhibitor. They're going to get the turret. Yep, siege wall. Do they commit to the inhibitor? It looks like no. But they're just chopping away chunks of Hamalife Esports' base. And Hamalife was in such a commanding lead. They had so much control of this game, but this is why we had so many one-sided predictions for Gen G. They are just that team right now in the LCK. Even when you've got a lead, they will come back.
Get to see Keem's point of view. And it was the last needle. The sniper. Able to catch him at the end. But yeah, I mean, so much of this game was either a lead for HLE or just super close between the two teams. And now we have a 6,000 goal lead
And a save of Genji. Stacked Majais for Toby.
Yeah, I mean, he's full build. He can only just get 4 stacks on the Majais at this point. He is so strong right now. And the thing is, especially because, you know, Peanut, like, Delight's on a support economy. Peanut is on a jungler's economy. And, like, you look at his items comparison. Like, Ruler's nearly full build with an LDR. Chovy's got a Void Staff and his Abyssal Mask and Duro.
Keem, he just wants blood. He almost got a little bit of help from his friend there, Ruler, with a little deadly flourish. But yeah, you don't get the kill, but you get Zeus out of the fight. And that's going to mean more pressure here from Gen G right before this Baron spawns. Baron in the inner turret.
Baron is spawning, but so is the Dragon here. And Hamalife have more vision around the Dragon. I think Gen G have an opportunity to rush over and set up before it and end up contesting for this. It looks like, though, you know, we might see Hamalife try to collapse here and look for the Baron first. There's a really tiny window between these two objective spawns here. If you get a pick, you could potentially get both or just, frankly, end the game. No open inhibitors just yet, or rather, no destroyed inhibitors for Hamalife. This is their last stand. This is their last opportunity. They're fighting desperately for Cryo to take that fight, get a big keeper's verdict. The fight's the comp. We've talked about it all game long. They haven't really been able to find their win cons. Genji have stopped them at every turn. This is their final moment. Genji looking to now channel towards Baron. Once again, I mean, this composition with the Jin has so much spacing.
They have so much damage. It's incredible the amount of damage they have on this Baron. It's going to force them over. Duro trying to hook his way away from this one. The wall comes down. The Poppy ult not going to hit. Now Delayed trying to force the fight here. Duro is pretty low. And actually a decent angle here. Canyon getting pretty long shot. Venus by himself as well. HLE might have found the one angle to win the fight. But Toby's still alive. Ruler sniping from very far away. Looks pretty good still for HLE, even though Toby is stomping them down with huge amounts of damage with this gigantic build. But HLE, they stopped the Baron, and maybe now they get the Dragon.
Yeah, moving over towards the Soul. Peanut's still alive, able to edge out that fight despite the deficit TP coming in. And I feel like this fight, the front line just got shredded for Gen G. We're able to really get access. You can see Duro focused down here. The ult doesn't connect. But Ruler has to back away so far. Ruler and Chovy get zoned so heavily by Delight and Zeus here. And Ruler does ult here, but he's not really able to do too much to Viper, who's full HP.
I mean, Zeus played that so well. His equalizer was massive. One more tick and Ruler dies and doesn't even get to have the opportunity for that ultimate. Heroic Rumble play after they get that first initial setup onto Duro. Baron is denied. Soul is secure.
secured here for Hanwha. 5,000 gold down, but at 40 minutes, that really doesn't mean as much as it would have, 10 minutes ago. I mean, everyone's starting to get close to full build.
It'll be a real off full build.
Yeah.
Any gold they're getting on top of this is irrelevant. So, that Mountain Soul coming in, that permanent boost, is a massive boon for HLE.
And I mean, we're looking at all these ultimates back online here. Pina and Zeus, they're ready for a potential Baron fight and contest.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think, HLE, they benefit hugely from this Mountain Soul, but we've seen that both of these teams have won big team fights from behind. And I think it's just going to come down to team fight execution, which both of these teams are just so fantastic at. HLE getting the better of the last one.
See that trophy wall, the angle is really important. How many people get cut off?
Right on Bush. Zero going to be spotted, though, in the play.
Zeka with this sun disc is actually pretty massive. They have a ton of bio right now. Canyon alone.
I think the big concern for me is HLE have so many more flashes available on their side. Compared to Genji, you only have Jovi and Jiro. Rule's flash being down, Canyon's being down, I think is a big hit.
Yeah, I think they could actually just start the Baron.
I mean, they're playing around vision because Genji, of course, don't have that full information here. That control word in that rush is so valuable. Once they clear that, Hanwha could just do anything, and Genji will have to really sweat it out. Like, are they doing Baron? Can we go over and contest? Or are they going to engage on us? Keen on a flank angle here. The shields really coming into play as they clash in neutral. The range advantage as well makes it so difficult to dent Hanwha.
You have a ridiculous amount of Baron damage here for HLE with almost full build Azir and Rumble. And even the Varus, even though he used lethality, can do a decent amount. Now he's just gonna start attacking the light, who's taking so much, and he's gone! He's just out of the fight just like that as Toby, being pretty low, so he's gonna flash on in. But Toby's got his Zonias, and he will be able to survive there. Take some of the damage. But right now we've got the light who is down. Toby gets the pick again! You will not stop this man! And that is going to be 25 stacks for the Talia.
But Viper's still full health, and all these low health bars for Genji means I don't think they can try to push for anything further here. It's a huge win for Jovi. They end up taking him out of the fight. Zeus, that is, out of the fight. That means Hanwha shouldn't be able to take this Baron either. TP comes in for a team just to be sure. The game stays still so incredibly close. Genji now have their eyes on looking for the Baron turn once again.
Yeah, with a long damn time, they should be able to move on this. Zeus just have TP, but not up for 30 seconds. The thing is, Peanut has flashed, and they still have a lot of power. The poke from the Varus over the wall is significant. They can trap with the poke, and Peanut can rush for the steal. And as flash, this could be big.
It's 5v3, and it's really just going to come down to Peanut and see if he can get in there. The damage is being done by Kito. He's running Viper down, and that's going to zone Peanut away as well. Who is being shredded and has to flash the wall. That's going to be Baron over to Genji. Very nicely handled.
So well played there by Keen. Now it's a little push in and going over the wall with Viper there. He forces summoner spells from Viper and gets Peanut away from the situation so they can secure the Baron. And I was talking before about the lack of summoners for Genji. Canyon Splash is coming up, Rules is coming up. They've navigated that situation so well, and they secured the Baron to good.
This fight is very broken up, of course, but initial pick here on the Delight means that even though the knockaway on the Nautilus is there, it's a trade. And then watch Chovy here on this moment, here on this angle. Zeus does use his equalizer to try to zone Chovy, but Zonius was available. Chovy getting this split here is massive. They can't do more because Viper is level 18. He is so new to this game. But moments like that are how you get to start these Barons, how you get to have that control, look for these angles. Team with the outplay there, denying any entry, denying the bars for the, arrow plus spike.
Population? Well, less than yesterday. Never been so glad to see backup arrive. Hell, lucky I'm still in one piece. I need you to look for survivors. Subdue any threats. Help me save this town. Copy? Some sort of half-assed blueprint. Might be worth a closer look.
Keep chewing on these and I'll be biting through girders in no time.
unassigned staffers are missing somewhere in your AO. Locate and extract. Counting on their expertise to end this outbreak.
Come on, come on, come on!
Double points.
Can't tell you how much I love that popping sound.
Keep the convicts in line.
For a team who didn't expect to take on the apocalypse today, you're handling this well.
Crap. I think it just ripped out one of my fillings.
Insta-kill.
Me like I'm bloody lunch. I ain't your fucking Sango.
Bonus points. Tear them to pieces.
Way to swat that bug, Alpha.
Well, looky here. Walking dog shit playing on.
Max out.
Fall in.
Handy. That should fit any standard pressure control valve.
Dad would have been proud of that one.
Didn't you find a crank wheel by the flower shop? I knew this up was going to get weird, but not that fucking weird.
Here's your waypoint. Wait for that spot. Listed as an ABC gum. Fool me once, Nathan.
Fire sale.
If you give me an axe, I'm gonna turn you into fire starters.
Insta-kill.
At this point, I don't care if it shoots fucking acorns, so long as the job gets done.
Max ammo.
Smells like Uncle Bardo's basement. That's where he did most of his paint hopping. See? Is that so hard? You don't always need to be tagging loot.
Alpha team, what was that? Your body cam signal is breaking.
Your project carries security, yes? A so-called rapid response team. Not me, seven enough. But I knew you would come. Double points.
Pop and smoke. Frag sent.
Max armor.
Busting heads for fun and profit. And business is booming. Your passport must be chock-a-block, because there's bits of you everywhere. Located an armor plate. Of course it couldn't just taste like bubblegum.
That's gonna attract some attention. Keep the hostiles clear. We need to build pressure behind that valve.
Someone took a wrong turn on a stick bill. Line up and shut up.
Pulling your weight, I see. This isn't gonna bring him back from the dead or some shit, right? Wait, can it do that? It can't, right?